All right, so sorry, there's a feedback. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, I think we should start already.
Yeah, Marky, please go forward.
So a beautiful Saturday morning to everyone. So to all our guests in this webinar. So I hope you're having a great time. I hope you are feeling great at this very moment. So thank you very much for finding time to be with us this morning. So I would like to welcome everyone to our free webinar entitled Disaster Recovery Planning Ensuring Business Continuity. All right, so brought to you by Skynetclouds. All right, so I'm sure everyone is ready, most especially the businessmen and entrepreneurs who are present in this webinar because you are excited because you're going to learn something new from our speaker, something that can help your business to stay competitive and to be successful in the industry where you guys belong. So without further ado, let's begin this webinar. Now I'd like to introduce to you our speaker for today. But before that, let me just give you a short background about the organizer of this webinar. Skynetclouds is a managed cloud service provider experience in AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and Oracle. Our young talents help companies all over the world implement DevOps, automations, CI, and CD. We are headquartered in Thailand and have a legal entity in Australia. We are partnered with Color Finder, one of the top management consultancy firm from the Philippines, which allows us to offer our services in the Philippines. Color Finder is a one-stop shop for HR consulting, business registration, accounting service, and recruitment search. Today, during our first Skynet Cloud seminar, we will cover the importance of backups, disaster recovery, and business continuity plan. Mr. Bean, who is the Chief Technology Officer at Skynetclouds, having more than 15 years of experience in IT, assisted a lot of small and medium-sized businesses for their digital transformation, will be presenting the session for this day. He is an experienced DevOps professional with a demonstrated history of working in the information technology and services industry, along with numerous accolades in various hackathon events. Hope everyone will enjoy this session and find something useful that will help your business and ensure its long-lasting success. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. Bin.
Thanks, Marky, for the wonderful introduction. Good morning, all, and welcome all to this seminar. As you know, my name is Vin, and I am working in Skynetclouds as CTO. So I hope this audience are business owners or stakeholders, or in other words, I can say like you guys are taking risk in your business, right? So as per ISO 27001, we call it as Information Security Management System. The disaster recovery and business continuity plan is one of the main topic there. So we all know that this is a digital era, this is a digital transformation, right? So we should be well equipped to face any disaster as business owner, because on other hand, we cannot stop the disaster because that's a part of our life, right? So we will see more of what are the different types of disasters or what are the different solutions we have in place to you. Having said that, today in this seminar, I will be talking about the different disasters and how we can overcome these disasters, and most oftenly, how we can reduce the impact in your business. So let's see the agenda for today's session. So I will be discussing on what is disaster recovery and business continuity plan, why it is so important for you, and what are the different solutions which we Skynetclouds can help you in your business, followed by our approach, how we face or how we tackle your painful situations on disaster recovery solution, And why you choose Skynetclouds? What is the main, the differentiator from us to the our competitors? Followed by a couple of customer case studies. So this is very important because sometimes their line of business will be more same as your case. Followed by Q&A. Okay, so what is a disaster? So a disaster is a disruption, right? And that causes the critical resources not to operate in a proper way. So that is a disaster, right? And there are different types of disaster. So I can categorize the disasters majorly into three, like operational failure, natural disasters, and human cause events. So we all know that operational failure means sometimes it will be power failure if your organization don't have a good UPS or backup systems. Power failure may cause your data center to off, right? And also IT hardware failures like server hardware failure or hard disk failure or memory issues, network failures, or even a software failure can also be an operational failure. The next category is natural disaster, which is not in our hand, right? Like flood, storm, earthquakes. So in Philippines, we most of the years we will have face a lot of natural disasters, right? And then human cause one, like human error. If we do some kind of bad coding or something, definitely that will cause an outage to our system, or a malicious code, or a malicious human error, or what we can call it as a person having a bad intention. That also a human cause error, right? So a disaster recovery plan is a set of process and procedures that helps you to resume your operation once you face a disaster. So we know the disaster. Some of the disasters can be controlled, some are not controlled. And disaster recovery plan is a set of procedure that helps to resume the operation after disaster. And what is BCP? BCP is business continuity plan. So basically for you, your organization, you are facing that risk, right? So BCP helps to reduce that risk. Even though most of the organization cannot be a 0% risk free, but they can able to reduce the percentage of risk which you are going to face by implementing the business continuity plan. Okay, so let's see the importance of business continuity plan. So if a disaster happen, what we need to do? We need to resume our operation as fast as possible, right? So as we see, the different types of disasters are there. So how we can able to resume the business back to operation? So that is called business recovery plan. Okay, and what are the side effects or after effects of the disaster? We know the different types of risk are there, right? So the first one is financial risk, customer risk, and regulatory risk. So let's see a financial risk is. So whenever there is a disaster happen, the business got stopped. That means the revenue will stop, right? You cannot make money from your business if the business is stopped. And also you need to pay more money for unplanned recovery cost. For example, suddenly one of your hard disk fail. You need to go to buy a new hard disk and you have to put it there. Definitely that time your business is stop, and also you need to pay an extra uncovered cost for mitigating that risk. And reputation will be lost. So if you are doing some kind of e-commerce applications, your brand value get damaged, right? So it will be very difficult for you to come to the business once you face such risk in your lifetime. So secondly, customer risk. The customers having a bad experience will not come to you again, right? So that is same as lost brand equity or trust. Secondly, this will get published in news, social media. So definitely these are the some of the things which you will be facing a lot of challenge when you try next time for facing the customer, because the customer already know about this type of loss that happened in past. Other than that, regulatory risk. So if you are tied up with some kind of legal entities on government sectors or all, you have to face a lot of penalties. Or even if you define an SLA to the customer, and if you cannot meet the SLA due to this kind of disaster, definitely you have to mitigate, you have to pay that, that SLA formats and all, right? So how Skynetclouds can help you here? So before seeing the solution, I would like to focus you on this diagram. So we can see the two terms here, like RTO and RPO. So what it is that? RTO means real time object, means how fast or how quick my application be running again. And RPO means recovery point object. So how many transactions I lose. For example, today 10 a.m. there is a disaster happen in my application. Okay, and I have a backup, daily backup, which is taking at 6 a.m. And I know I can restore my business within 1 hour. Means at 11 o'clock I can able to restore my business, right? So in that case, we know the RTO and RPO values. The RTO value is basically 1 hour, that is 11, and the 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 backup which we can able to restore is from 6 a.m. So basically we lost 4 hours of transaction, and our business will resume after 1 hour. Means our business will resume after 1 hour time with a backup of 4-hour old backup. Okay, so having said, this is more important when we considering about business continuity plan, because these are the key values. Based on this key value, you need to choose one of the plan or recovery solution which we propose. The first one is bronze plan. We call it as backup to cloud. So if your application, if mission critical application is running on premises or any cloud, what it means that data is protected on cloud. You can easily build your application in cloud once you have a disaster. But again, it takes some time, because we just keeping the backups, the important backup files in cloud only. So in real time scenario, if there is a disaster happen, we need to build the infrastructure more. Then we need to restore the backups from the cloud. It takes some time. And again, this is very cost efficiently because we storing only backups to the cloud. Secondly, we have silver plan. So we call it as cold standby. So here we are making your application like a 5% or 10%, usage of application on cloud. And regularly we are testing this cold site. And on a daily basis, we are pushing the backups to the cold site. That means if a disaster has been happened, we can easily scale up the cloud resource to make it 100%. Initially, we plan it for 10%, and once the disaster has been happened, within few minutes, we can able to make your business running 100% on cloud by increasing the resources in cloud. This is a bit more expensive when compared to backups, but again, expensive in the sense like these are all depending on the what are your technical stack or application stack you using. So based on that only the cost come. And in cloud, we need to pay only for what we are using, right? And finally, we have gold plan. So this is an active replication standby mode. So that means whatever is your application stack will replicate on cloud. And real time, that means if a transaction is right on your primary site, the same time it got replicated over the DR site. So I can say this is a zero downtime or zero data loss, because whenever there is a data right on production or primary site, the same time the data is being written on the DR site. And if your mission critical application, you cannot face any downtime, I strongly suggest to go for gold plan. And the DR is same architecture, everything will be same, even though the CPU count or memory or hard disk network IOPS, everything is same as production one. So these are the three different solutions which we provide to you for mitigating the disaster. Let's see our approach. So how we face or how we help you to building a disaster recovery plan. The first of all, identification. Actually, we need to go for the DR for the main mission critical application, means more important application only, right? In your organization, you may have test environment, or UAT employment and UAT environment and and production environment. So in that case, production is one of the more critical things, right? So you can think about, okay, I need a DR plan for production only. Or if you want to say, thinking about, okay, my UAT environment is also much more important, then we can able to identify which are all the resources or application stacks that needs a DR. So that's the first part. Second, we definition. We will talk about more how much time or what's your RTO and RPO you are expecting from us. So that is tolerance of downtime and data loss, right? So based on that, we'll define whether you want gold plan or whether you want business, silver plan, etc. So basically, for in this example, the production, if you want gold, definitely we will go for gold. And if your UAT will be on silver plan or like that. And we will choose the appropriate plan for making the architecture ready, and we will engage with our cloud architects. So once you select which solution we need, our engineering team will work with you and will test all the aspects of disaster recovery, even though we will do some kind of drills, and we will capture how efficient we can able to turn on our business on a DR site. And why you choose Skynetclouds? What are the value addition of Skynetclouds which you can give, which we can give to you when we compare our competitors? We are the managed cloud service provider, and we are not only focusing on one cloud. This is one of the main advantage from us. Like we are multi public cloud support team, having experienced architects from Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, and Oracle. Other than that, we are here to help you for 24/7, 365 days. So it there will not be any kind of lead time for us to engage your business. We are always available. We are always happy to hear, and we are always happy to help you. Other than that, we are a young team of DevOps professionals. We will help you to make your development lifecycle much more faster, easy to go to marketplace. And we majorly focusing on security, cost, and automation. These are some of the customer use cases which I would like to present you in front of you today. So these three customers, basically from three different geolocations, we engage them for disaster recovery and business continuity plan on recently. So first of all, Bandyworks. So Bandyworks is a US-based company doing a lot of analytics softwares for the C shop of the US customer, and their environment is on Amazon, AWS. So we done a DR backups for them within less than 1 week, and that really improved their 30 times of improvement in the recovery time. So we are doing this exercise on quarterly basis for them, and we'll showing the result. Secondly, Fleet. This is a Middle East customer. So they majorly doing ERP solution for fleet management system in vessels and ships. So this environment is on completely on Azure. So what we have done is, after completing our DR solution, we reduce the RTO and RPO value much better. And also we do a cost analysis system. And by seeing this system on three months time, we suggest them, we cut the underutilized resources in Azure, and that really helps them to increase the cost savings on there with a better security posture. And Verbat, this is basically an Indian customer having a lot of customer presence in Middle East as well as in Africa. So their environment is on Google Cloud as well as in AWS, and they do house a couple of workloads from on-premises database. So what we have done is we build a complete HA and disaster recovery across the on-prem as well as different clouds. And within 10 minutes, they can able to switch the environment. So this is one of the main critical things for they really enjoy our service, because the COVID situations and all, they cannot go to the office for maintaining and all those stuffs. So they can able to switch the environments to cloud, and what they inform us, like once the COVID situation goes back, they will switch back to on-premises. Okay, so we are how you can able to contact us. So we are happy to hear you from all your requirements, or if you have any kind of pain points which we can able to address, or if you think about a disaster recovery plan for your business, feel free to contact us. You can write to us info@Skynetclouds, and we basically from Thailand, Australia, and from Philippines through partner caller finder. So that's it for today's seminar. So any questions, you can unmute and able to ask your questions. Okay, so having said, if there is no question, we can able to wrap up today's session. And going forward, we are planning to do more seminars on a monthly basis. So a couple of topics are in our list. Like one is blockchain, artificial intelligence, and also how you can able to convert an Excel sheet using Oracle Apex into a beautiful enterprise application that is very much mobile friendly or any mobile device compatible one. So yeah, stay tuned for our next video. And if you have any queries or something, feel free to call us or just drop a note. We will be there for helping you. Thank you once again and see you soon.